What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, hanging out with my very new co-host, Kyler, out of Northern California, and we are hanging out with Bobby from the band Saliva. Here we go. I gotta find the button. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, no! Oh, boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
All right, before we get this show started, I do want to remind everyone to please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on all podcasting platforms, wherever you find your podcast. We're fucking there everywhere. All right, Bobby, man, is that how you say your last name? Amaru?
That's
Amaru?
it. That's
all
it.
right. See, I know how to read. I'm phonetically not challenged anymore.
I would say about
clap it out.
3 out of 50 get it right. So you're doing good.
What would they say? I don't even know how she would say that. Are you? How are you?
It's a lot of people say Amaru or Amaru or I'm like, man, it's like it's Amaru, like,
Yeah,
I know. I said it right.
Right.
So you were recently, I think you were in Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Yeah, man. A good friend. Are you guys near there?
Dude, so check this out, bro. Check this out. I actually was working in Chickasha, staying at a hotel down there because I live in Oklahoma City, which is right near there.
Yeah.
And I was working in Chickasha at a hotel, and I saw Saliva, 9 Left Dead, and another band like on this little like roster thing. It was on a weekend, and I'm married with kids, and so on the weekends, It's like my wife's like, "You ain't fucking going nowhere, dude. You're staying here." Except for she's actually pretty nice to me about it.
Well, man, I know. Get it.
Yeah. So I couldn't make the show, bro. But how was Chickasha? How did you guys even wind up in Chickasha? Like, not Oklahoma City, not Tulsa, but like Chickasha.
Honestly, man, there's a guy there named Fred McNatt. He's the dude. He's bringing music there. He opened a venue called Legends. He's got an outdoor facility too, and he just built a brand new building that the last time we were there, we played indoors. We've played outdoor for him and indoor. And the indoor, it's like a Hard Rock cafe, dude. It's like you go in there. He's got all this crazy ass memorabilia, like old Elvis stuff and like Kiss shit and like just stuff everywhere that he's collected through the years. It's an up and coming spot. Great stage, great sound, great lighting. Shit, man, he's ready to spend money and get more acts in there. I know he's had like Blackstone Cherry and he's Candlebox and he's had some other bands, but I think that he's gonna have the new hot spot out in that market, for bands.
Where have I been sleeping, dude? Because I'm sleeping on this shit, dude. Like, that's so crazy. It's like Chickasha is literally like 30 minutes from where I live.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
What a cool name too, Chickasha. Like, where are you gonna go, Chickasha?
Well, but the way it's spelled is Chickasha.
Chikashi, people say also.
Right. I made that mistake.
Love it.
What up, Chickasha? Let's go.
Oh, they don't like that probably when you're down there. They're proud of their names here because they're all like, it's all like a bunch of native names in Oklahoma,
Right. Yeah.
I'm from California originally. When I first moved here, it was hard for me to get these names right just because of the way everything's spelled. It's just I'm used to like California where everything's like Spanish. You come to Oklahoma and everything's Native American.
Florida is there's a lot of Spanish in Florida too, where I live and especially South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I was in Vegas the past few days. My wife and I were out there for her friend's weddings at the chapel. I've never been to a chapel wedding before. And I thought
those are awesome.
Well, see, I thought that people, they go to this little chapel house and like Elvis comes out and like marries you and shit. But there was no Elvis. So I'm like, I feel like I got screwed. I'm like, wait, I flew all the way to Las Vegas and didn't get to see Elvis marry your friends.
I got a button for that.
Yeah.
Elvis has disappeared.
Right.
If you go to Vegas, you go to a chapel wedding, you definitely want to see it. You get the full experience. If there's no Elvis, there's no full experience, I feel.
That's
I agree.
what I was thinking. So I didn't get that.
No, Elvis.
I want to redo it. Say you want to you should, when they said, "Does anyone contest?" You should have been me. I need Elvis here, and you guys aren't getting married without Elvis.
Yeah, dude. If her, when we renew our vows eventually, man, Elvis is definitely gonna fucking be there.
Yes, that's right.
You guys wait? Did you say you guys renewed your vows?
No.
When?
Okay.
When we do eventually, Elvis showing up.
Yeah, he has to show up. Okay, I want to go to your new single. I don't know if it's your newest one or one you High on Me. Is that song about opioid addiction or just addiction in general?
Well, I mean, you could say opioid for sure, because are you high on the pills you take? That kind of thing. I've had a lot of friends die, OD, and from all sorts of things. I could go back to 20 years ago, having friends, OD on Roxy's were the big thing, or Oxys and all that stuff. It didn't matter how they would take it. They'd snort it or pill or swallow. It didn't matter, Had people die on that stuff. These days, obviously fentanyl is like the big killer. And I like to write real shit. I like to write real life stuff. And, that's kind of about a song about a girl that, I dated once, who just had a lot of issues and couldn't figure it out, and tried to help her. And sometimes you can't help people, no matter how you try. But she's, good now. And, it's interesting because we just had the video shot for that song.
Yay!
And, we had the video done, and I'm not trying to give it away, but it's like a long friend of mine we got to cast in the video, and she had a severe opioid addiction for many years and was in rehab, in and out a lot. And I was like, she's going to be perfect for this video. Yeah. So I wanted to get somebody who actually has been there and done that. So when they're reliving the stuff that the director was getting, it was going to be real shit. It wasn't going to be someone just acting and she killed it, man. We saw the cut, and we were like, holy fuck. You should be famous. I can't believe you did this so well.
Well, she knew how to act, obviously, because she's lived it before, and it's
right.
Whenever you think, and it's so sad, I feel like every generation has a new drug. It was, when I was in high school, and Kyle and I are, the same age. I think, was it?
You're older.
yeah, I am older.
No, wait, hold on. Don't put me there.
What was it? What was it? Was it ecstasy was big back then?
Ecstasy was huge. Yeah. Ecstasy was huge.
Yeah.
Ecstasy and Coke. It was ecstasy and Coke.
Right.
That was a big thing.
I graduated in 2001.
Oh, me too.
I was 02.
That was the big shit then, man. That was the stuff everybody was doing. And but it's crazy how as now look where we're at, and how many things have come in waves, and
now they don't have ecstasy, they have Molly. And we didn't have Molly back then, that wasn't I don't know. It was ecstasy, the pills, triple stacks. Remember?
I never did it. So I don't know, but I have friends that did them though, for sure.
Yeah. I think we all have we've all lost people. It's crazy because that's one of the, if not one of the, the things that we deal with, here. It's just so many people, hooked on this stuff and dying. And, I lost one of my best friends 7 months ago, a guy I've known since 2004, who was a great songwriter, great musician. And, he did America's Got Talent, did The Voice, and did all this shit, man. And he was super talented, but he was hooked on the wrong shit, man. And it finally, it's hard to win that battle for sure. It's very, very hard. And
every generation, it has its new drugs develop, and fentanyl was not a thing, I don't think, until recently, but it blew up where people I know that are my age and older are doing fentanyl, and that shit will really fuck your life up, man. I don't even try new drugs anymore, dude. I'm nah, I'm good, because you don't want to get hooked on. You don't want to get hooked on that stuff. It ruins people's lives. It must be hard to, and maybe not for you. You're a singer songwriter. That takes a lot of talent, because you would assume singing for as long as you have been writing songs, you almost run out of shit to sing about. But as life happens, I guess you just get more motivation, right?
Yeah. Or, I mean, you think about your life, and, I just think about, I'm 39 and I've seen a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit. And I think that you can always find something to write about. Yeah. And you can take other people's things that, you have a friend that's dealt with some stuff. Maybe you haven't gone through it, but from an outsider looking in, that's, you can kind of write in third person, from that perspective. And I just try to write.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt
you.
No,
good. I was just saying,
there I go again. Sorry.
Write lyrics that actually can connect with the listener. I think that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if it's about, it could be about addiction. It could be about, broken relationship. It can be about fucking the Jetsons. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's all on, is it honest and is it real? Is that person going to connect with it?
Go ahead, Kyler.
No, that's why when I heard your song the first time, I am not an addict. I've never done any of that, but I am currently dealing with a brother that is hooked on fentanyl and heroin. And when I listened to your song, it was just like, it hit. I mean, it was just on point, and it's beautifully written. And I mean, just the words are just on point. It's amazing. It's a really, really good song.
Right. And I think music is expression. I mean, people who have their addictions and have things, they still love music. They're still connected through music. And, I feel like, if I write a song like that, if it connects with one person, I mean, then that means more to me than anything else. And I don't write lyrics. I don't write music to fucking sell 10 million records. It just doesn't, that's not it. It's writing music that people can relate to and find something in it that expression. And I think that's why I keep doing it.
That takes talent. It takes a true artist to be able to do something like that. It's hard for me to see things as a third person sometimes, but that's artwork, man. And you've perfected your trade. I do want to talk a little bit. I want to kind of move on a little bit. We are going to play your song. I want to talk about Blue Ridge Rock Festival. I think you guys played there. Was that pretty? I've never been to Blue Ridge. Is it a pretty fun show to play in front of a bunch of people?
It's amazing, man. Yeah. We've been blessed and fortunate enough. The band through the years, before me, the band did a lot of big shit, WrestleMania and stuff that people dream of doing.
Yeah.
And when I got in the band, 2011, and, we kind of had to start grinding again, kind of figure out, what worked and what didn't work. And we went through a lot of shit and went through a lot of, you got to climb the mountain almost all over again. But we've done a lot of really cool festivals and a lot of really cool shows. So some very memorable ones, but Blue Ridge was an awesome time. And John's I like him. He's a good promoter, and he brings the biggest bands imaginable to a very, very small market, the middle of nowhere. And when people do that, I think that's awesome, man. It's great.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Those are the best.
You toured with the Wake at Last, is that right?
Yeah, they were just with us in December.
Yeah, but they weren't here in Oklahoma though, right? They were just recently. You recently played with them. That band's fucking awesome too, man. They've been on the show. Aren't they from North Dakota or some state that you would not expect a rock band to come from?
They're from Delaware.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Delaware. Who the fuck comes from Delaware, right?
The only reason I know that is because I fucking remember everything. But not just that. I remember talking with the guitar player, and I was like, "So aren't you guys from DC or something?" And he goes, "No, we're from Delaware." And I'm like, "Who the fuck lives in Delaware?" That's what who lives in Delaware?
He cut out a second. There you go.
Delaware. I don't think I've ever even been to Delaware. So, but do it, so.
Hey, your phone's cutting out, or your Wi-Fi's cutting out just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to play your song, High on Me, right now. We're going to try something new. I'm going to try to do this right. We're going to say we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the new song, High on Me by Saliva.
Hair, blue eyes, couldn't color your lies. You're so fucking black and white. Whisper to a scream, candy, you're the codeine. Try and get your story right. Are you high on the pills you take? All the crimes of our yesterdays. Are you high on the make-believe? Or are you high on me? Are you high on me? Mother taught me, give her black coffee, see what spills from her mouth. Three-ring circus, rising to the surface. Who's the lion, who's the clown? Are you high on the pills you take? All the crimes of our yesterdays. Are you high on the make-believe? Or are you high on me? On the cocaine kiss, on the bedroom bliss, on the cash we burn. Yeah, we live, but we never really learn. Now I see, I don't know how far you'll go. Are you high on the pills you take? All the crimes of our yesterdays. Are you high on the make-believe? Or are you high on me? Tell me, are you high on me? Tell me, are you high on me?
All right, there we go. Let's see. Is he coming? There he is. All right, man. That is a good song, huh?
I hope so.
Yeah. He's like, well, we fucking wrote it, dude. It better be good.
I hope. Hey,
Hold on,
man,
I muted Kyla here. Let me unmute her for a second. Here we go. You're unmuted.
Thanks. Look, you're done, Kyler. Canceled. Canceled.
Dude, what's crazy is you said you joined the band, what, 2011 or 12? What was it?
yeah, well, so I got in November of 2011, but my first show with the band was February 2012.
Isn't it crazy how time flies, bro? Like,
Yeah.
like I swear,
Yeah.
like I moved to Oklahoma in 2000. I'm from the Bay Area. I moved here in 2006. I felt like I just moved here. Like, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. I can only imagine what, like, it still feels new, kind of, even though it's not. It's old as fuck now, dude. You've been in the band like a long ass time.
Yeah, it feels like 20 years, I guess.
Oh, it does. It feels long. It feels like a long time to you.
Well, especially like, you know, when I got in the band, I was still 27 or maybe, and now I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm like growing grays in my
You know what? Hey, you know what? Fuck
yeah.
you, dude. That is
like,
not cool. That is not cool, man.
I'm like, I don't know if Sturgis every year has just fucking been great for my health, but
Hey, you know what is good for your health? Getting on stage and rocking the fuck out. That's
Right.
good for your health. That's fucking cardio, bro. Hey, you know, I get my car. I don't need the gym. I'm in a fucking rock band, dude. Fuck you. That's what I would tell
Yeah.
everyone.
It's been good to get back and play shows and do this, because COVID was like shrinking my shirts and shrinking my clothes. So, you know,
all new wardrobe. Hey, at least you didn't lose any hair over it, you know? That's all I
Yeah.
had to say. Your little grays. Dude, and I found like one gray hair one day in my beard, and like a week later, like it was half gray. And I was like, what the fuck?
that's what
How'd that
happens.
happen?
You pull it out, it's like done, you know.
Yeah, take one out, 3 more grow.
It's
Yeah.
like they say, if you shave it, grows in thicker, which is not true. But if you pluck a gray beard, 5 more grow back. That probably is true.
Right. Yeah.
Is it? I want to ask about the band success. So, you know, back in the day when Saliva first came out, obviously they had that song "Click Click Boom" that was super big. Is it as hard or difficult to reach like because I listen to Octane and the radio a lot, and I haven't heard a lot of Saliva. Is it hard to reach that level of fame? Or because you guys still have a shit ton of monthly listeners on Spotify, but is it hard to get back on the radio? Like, what's the deal with that? I guess.
I would say that a lot of that has to do with poor choices in what we were doing in the past, like, 11, 12 years. We thought we would try to, we'd put records out. Mind you, we're going into year 5 that we haven't even put a record out, which is crazy. Like, we released our last record in 2018,
Wow.
New material. So, Octane, we wanted to get back into that format and groove. And so Crows, we took Crows to radio last year, and Octane played it, and it was awesome. And kind of reintroducing the band back to Octane again. And they supported the band for a long time.
Good deal.
And it's not them as to why we weren't being played. It was us, really. We weren't taking the right steps and the right approach. We felt like, why don't we just do, let's not really do labels and all that stuff, and maybe just do simple distribution, and just, sell to our core fans. The thing is when you start doing that, you kind of limit yourself, because you want to gain, you want to grow your audience, and you want to, and especially with the internet these days, it's just so fast. You gotta keep people's attention, even if it's for 3 minutes. So we wanted to kind of regroup, and during COVID was kind of when we thought, let's start writing some stuff, but let's just think outside the box. Because I think what we were doing was we're kind of staying in this Saliva bubble.
Right.
And we're like, well, I really want, we started asking, Wayne and Brad and me, we're like, what our influences are. And you find out Wayne's into Ministry and Merritt Manson and Nine Inch Nails and all this industrial stuff. I'm like, why are we not adding those kind of elements to the music?
Smart.
So there's a lot of that on this record, and of really just dissecting the influences of each of us.
What bothers me individually as a person is I don't like how the world is moving so fast, especially when it comes to music. Back in the day when I was we were in high school at the same time, because we graduated 2001. The Papa Roach came out with Last Resort came out in the year 2000 or 2001. They're actually from my hometown of Vacaville, California, and that Infest album was that lasted months. And now it's you have a song, if you don't come up with the song another 30 days later, it's the music industry's almost forgotten about you, or the radio does anyways, because they're always picking up new stuff. And I personally don't like how fast you have to just come out with things. I think when a song comes out, it should be played for several months, constantly let people enjoy it, and then come out with another song. Does it put pressure on you living in a fast-paced, maybe TikTok world like that as a songwriter?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much more competition now, and now everybody has a platform. my neighbor could start a band tomorrow and literally just start using fucking TikTok and everything else. And that's just adding another band to, and he's never written a song in his life and doesn't know how to sing, or, there's all that shit that goes involved too. I think a lot of the mystique that used to be part of rock and roll, it's hard. It's not the same anymore. And, speaking of like Papa Roach, a band like that, I remember it was 2000 because it was right before summer break. I was a junior and I was going to be a senior, and, but I remember they came to Jacksonville and they opened for a local band here. And there was like 100 people there. It was like nobody there, and nobody knew Papa Roach was. But I got there. You remember back then you would get the little sample CD, and it had like,
dude, it was either a sample CD or it could have even been a sample cassette back then. It was either or.
Yeah. I remember getting like some cassette stuff at like Ozfest 98 and shit, which was the best Ozfest ever.
I got Linkin Park's cassette tape when they first came out with whatever songs they fucking had. I forgot the names of them now. But anyways, okay, go ahead with your story.
But so they played here. This is the power of, keep in mind, MTV was really big then still. Yep. MTV was, radio was killing, but MTV really could break you overnight. Papa Roach was here, and it was like them. They opened for this band, local band here. There's like nobody there. And I remember thinking, man, this band's awesome. Got the sample CD. It was Last Resort. And what was the song?
Dead Cell?
Dead Cell. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was on the sampler. And it was like Streetwise or whatever it was, the fucking, the thing. And then I remember listening to Last Resort, like walking to school and shit. And I probably played that song out then.
Cut my love into pieces.
Yeah. Like 100 times, whatever. It was that fucking good and that effective. I was not like depressed. I was not, lyrically, it just, whatever he was saying connected with me.
Yeah, right.
Like connected with everybody else that still hears that song to this day. It's fucking timeless, man. You don't have to be a depressed person to like the song, to love the song. Even though I think he had written the song about a friend of his that was going through some stuff. But then fast forward like 2 or 3 months later, the song's on MTV. They come back to Jacksonville, headlining, plush, 2,000 people sold out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like overnight, man.
Dude, I remember hearing that song before it was even like famous. They used to play at a little community center I used to go to, and Jacoby used to come out in like a dress, and it was just crazy to see them grow like that, man. I do want to ask, did you recently have a child?
Baby girl. I have three kids. So
congratulations.
My son is 15. My little angel boo daughter is 11. And my little tiny angel boo is 6.5 months.
Oh, you have a baby.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. I do want to remind everyone, today is Friday the 13th. We are airing this on Monday, the 16th. But it is Friday the 13th. It hasn't been a bad Friday the 13th, though. It's been kind of a lucky day for me. And hell, we got Bobby on the show from Saliva. Dude, thank you so much for coming here. My last question for you, then I'm going to ask Kyler. I'm going to put her on the spot and see if she has a last question, since it is her first episode with us on the Loud Spot. My last question for you, Bobby, is have you ever thought about going by Bob? Just like Bob. The singer from Saliva's name is Bob.
So my wife calls me Robert. She's the only person on the planet.
Your government name.
I don't know. I still don't understand why. She says it's because that's your name. I'm like, nobody calls me that. Nobody.
Well, Bob, they won't call you Bob.
So Bob, I'm sure I'm headed there.
Yeah, well, you can't. Well, you can't. As long as you're in a band, you can't. You can't be like the singer of Saliva, Bob. You can't.
Right.
Do that. You can be like, so hey, Bob, what do you think about the play-by-play? You could do that, but you can't say Bob, the rock star singer of Saliva. Bobby fits.
Bobby's good, yeah. But like Bob, yeah. I feel like though. Hit me up in 10 years and we'll see if I'm a Bob yet. I'm getting there.
Dude, if I'm still podcasting in 10 years, I will hit you up and I will just say, what's up, Bob?
That's right.
Come on the show.
Hey, I've been called way worse, so it's all good.
Kyler, do you have any last questions on your first episode? I'm putting you on the spot here. I know.
Yeah. No, because my son's like, oh my God, Mom, you're going to meet famous people. He's like, tell me, what do they do when they're at home? And I'm like, what? Okay. So my son wants to know, what does a famous person do when they're at home? You're not on stage. You're not being a rock star. What do you do? So I can tell him. He's so excited to hear. What is a night with Bob?
Just normal stuff. Like, okay, it's Friday the 13th. I'm going to go, me and my kids are going to go watch probably Friday the 13th, part 6 or part 7 or something. You know, I don't know. I like to do a lot of family stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love to do, like, that's kind of my thing, is doing stuff with them. You know, they play, instruments and stuff too, and sing. And
do they come to your shows? Do you include them in your music life and your home life? Yeah,
they do. They come to shows when we're nearby. And
that's cool.
I try to spend as much time with family as I can. I'm sober. I've been sober 4.5 years, and
congratulations.
And I like to, I devote all my time to them, to my family. And but yeah, like, it's cold here tonight in Jacksonville, so, and
staying in.
We're celebrating the Jaguars right now, so we're gonna go. Going to the game tomorrow. Hopefully, we can whoop up on some Chargers. But we're in the playoffs. We're stoked about that here in Jackson.
Wait, are they playing? They're not playing tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're playing on Saturday. It's a playoff game, right?
Saturday, yeah. Wild
they're
card.
doing the Saturday thing now. They just implement that not that long ago, I think, right? With the playoffs on the Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Jacksonville Jaguar fan, but I'll lie to your face and tell you I fucking love them, man.
Dude.
I'm a Cowboy fan. Go down.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Dude. I'd rather be a Jacksonville fan than a Cowboy.
Right.
We're America's team.
Okay.
Quiet.
I'm a Niners fan, so, and I like the Chiefs. Anyways, that's all the time we got. Bobby, can you please stay right there till after the outro song plays, if you don't mind?
Yeah, man.
Okay, that's all the time we got. I do want to thank everyone for listening to The Loud Spot, Kyler's first show. Congratulations, good job. And Bobby, thank you. That's all the time we got. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is The Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic.
Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this The Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.